Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to the today's OptiStellar session. We are discussing about optimization score and auto apply recommendations for today's session. With that, let me quickly introduce myself. This is Vasanti, and I come up with 6+ years of experience in digital marketing and currently associated with Google as a project coordinator. With me, we have Vinay as a co-host for today's session, and I would like to hand over to Vinay for a quick introduction. Over to you, Vinay.
Thank you, Vasanthi. Hey, everyone. My name is Vinay, and I have around 8.5 years of experience with Google Ads, and with respect to troubleshooting, optimization, and happy to really take you through the optimization score and auto apply recommendations here. Over to you, Vasanthi. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinay. Yes. So before get on to the session, I have some exciting opportunities for our attendees today, whoever joined the session. Firstly, we will invite you to attend an upcoming session of Meet the PMs. Is a small and bespoke session which is designed to chat with the product managers from some of the most influential products and features. And this is a truly rare opportunity, and we hope you take advantage of the same. Next, we will invite you to join our community of product experts, and this is a vibrant community of super users who play a critical role in Google's ecosystem. Lastly, and what some of you are most excited about, Google Swag. Engage with us for next 1 hour through this live stream and ask your questions and share your feedback through the QR code that you see on the screen with a valid CID and also the email address in order to qualify for the things that you see here on the screen. Yes, let's quickly jump on to the agenda for today's session. Now, we will briefly explain about what optimization score is and the recommendations are, and how can you use those recommendations and optimization score to improve your campaign's performance. And also, we will be discussing about different features of optimization score, and we'll try to answer some of the frequently asked questions that we have heard from the agencies and advertisers in the recent years. Also, next, Vinay will then take the session to talk about the automatically applying recommendations part and provide you a sneak peek of the different things that we have recently launched or about to launch for the optimization score part. So now let's see and let's jump on to our first topic of our session today, which is what does this partnership look like between the marketeers and automated products. Now, if you see in digital marketing, when marketeers and automation tools work together, they can plan marketing in a much better way. Both are really important for making your ads do well, and the marketeer is like the boss who knows the business inside and out. They decide what to say in their ads and also what is the overall plan that should be to reach their business goals. But the issue is when it is tough for them to really understand exactly what all the users are doing online and how they decide to buy things. That's where AI tools comes in place. These automated products enables real-time marketing by considering millions of signal combination. This helps you understand how users behave much better than the person could on their own. So the marketer says what the message is and what's the strategy to achieve for their business goals, and the AI tools help understand the people you're trying to reach. By working together, they can really make a good marketing plan that gets better results. Now, when you consider the daily grind of a marketeer, a significant amount of time is spent navigating the Google Ads interface. If you see this guy on the screen, he is actually struggling to manage multiple things on a regular basis. And uh, this involves a multitude of tasks from planning future campaigns and engage in strategic discussions with his clients and also to project the bids and budgets and also to develop insights, business insights and marketing insights. And also he also manages and optimizes his campaigns at scale to ensure the profitability. All of these tasks can be quite time consuming. On top of that, you need to organize your schedule to handle regular tasks, undoubtedly juggling multiple responsibilities throughout the day. This is precisely where OptiScore and auto apply recommendations becomes incredibly useful, simplifying the lives of the advertisers by enabling them to prioritize their activities effectively within the limited time available, and also freeing up valuable time for those crucial strategic initiatives that planned. So now in this specific slide, we will understand why it is important to partner both automation and human intervention. In an increasingly competitive market where the competitors have been increased, and also if you see the customer journey today, it's very complex to understand, and companies that have delivered the right message at the multiple moments across the customer's path to purchase journey by enabling these automation tools in their campaigns have reported a revenue growth of 20%, with human intervention also involved alongside the automation. They saw an additional 15% revenue increment. In total, this combination of automation and human intervention plays a critical role in achieving their campaigns goals, resulting in a 35% increase in their business revenue, which is why we recommend advertisers to manual check when you enable automation into your campaigns to generate the quality leads, to avoid the irrelevant traffic for your campaigns in order to increase the revenue for your business as well. Now, in today's landscape, particularly with the introduction of the OptiScore, a typical workday for an agency account manager or advertiser is segmented into four key areas. Firstly, they engage in hygienic operations, which involves best performing keyword identification and also the development of the high quality creatives, which can achieve high CTRs as well, and the optimization of the account structure to ensure strong foundational. uh, I hope you can see my deck presenting. I'm so sorry for I hope now you can see. I'm sorry for the disturbance. Let me share my screen again. Now, can you see the screen now? I'm so sorry for the disturbance, guys. This is now you can see the screen. Oh, thank you so much for the confirmation, Natalia. And yes, so I have stopped at this particular slide, and let's quickly see this. One second. Now, can you see this? Oh, thank you for Natalia for the confirmation and that you see the screen. Okay. So in today's, I'll just quickly cover whatever happened in this particular slide after going on to the next concept. So in today's landscape, particularly with the introduction of OptiScore, a typical workday for an agency account manager is segmented into the four key areas. Those are firstly the hygienic operations, where the advertisers goes and check what are the best performing keywords, and they have to develop the creatives that can generate the better CTRs, also the optimization of the account structure to ensure strong and foundational performance. And secondly, they focuses on budget and bid optimization. Secondly, strategically adjusting budgets in alignment with the campaign goals. and implementing bid optimization to maximize the results. And when it comes to the third bucket, which encompasses the advanced optimizations, where they conduct tests and experiments, develop insightful reports to share new opportunities with the clients. And also the advertisers has to focus on the landing pages as well for improved conversions part and to create the better landing page experience for the users. Lastly, the account managers dedicate their time to the strategic initiatives as well, to design forward thinking strategies, also to help clients to reach their objectives or marketing goals, and craft compelling narratives and pitches to encourage exploration of new investment opportunities. So now that we have OptiScore recommendations tool available in the Google Ads, the job of an agency account manager is molded now. The system can now handle the basic stuff, those first two things we talked about automatically, which are the hygienic operations as well as the bid and budget optimizations. Google uses the machine learning advanced tools to look at how you have set up your account and gives you tips on how to make it work even more better. It's like Google is thinking about what you want to achieve for your campaign with your business and your marketing goals. And also Google also looks into the how you're bidding, I mean what bid strategy that you're using for your campaign, and also what's happening in the real time auctions to give you these ideas. By letting the system take care of those routine tasks like keeping things tidy and also adjusting bids and budgets, account managers can save a lot of time. This means they can spend more time on the more complex and important things. They can really dig into running tests and create insightful reports, finding new investments for their clients in order to generate more revenue, making landing pages better, and most importantly, coming up with new and exciting plans to help their clients grow. Now, in this specific slide, we will be discussing about why is it really important to use the optimization score and recommendations, and also we will be looking into what are the features that are available in OptiScore. If you are an advertiser and also a agency account manager and want to get most conversions for your currently running campaigns into your account and stay ahead of any problems that occurs in your campaigns, it's a good idea to follow these suggestions from the recommendations page. While still keeping an eye on how things are performing, the Opti score shows you how well your account is set up. On a scale from 0 to 100%, if it's 100%, then your account has the best possible settings. And Google Smart AI looks at how people interact with the things online in many different ways. This helps you understand what you should do for your campaign. Based on this, it suggests the best way to reach people and actions you can take to get better results for your business. This helps you work more efficiently by letting the system automatically handle some of the tasks you use it to do manually. Interestingly, advertisers who made their Opti score go up by just 10% saw their conversions increase by an average of 14% just by using this recommendations page. And when we talk about the features, OptiScore is goal aware, which means it aware of goal that we set for the campaign. Based upon that, it actually can have the biggest impact on your goal, what you set up for your campaign. And when we talk about the other feature, this OptiScore is available for the search, shopping, and display, video and discovery, PMAX, demand gen campaigns, and also compatible with the SA360 platform as well. And all right, let's break down this next point, because you likely have different businesses or marketing goals. You will see different set of recommendations tailored to the specific marketing objectives you have set for each campaign. And we know that no advertiser will work on the same marketing objective, right? That's where the system also takes into the account the information that you provide, like the bid strategy that you have put for your campaign, and also the budget that you have allocated for your campaign, and also the keywords that you have added for your campaign. These recommendations are crucial for boosting your campaign's performance through the automation. Furthermore, depending on your specific marketing goals, such as generating leads or drive online sales or offline sales, whatever it could be the marketing objective, it is important to leverage the statistic models that you see here on the screen, such as bidding and budgets, and also the ads and extensions, and keywords and targets and repairs, and also the automatic campaign recommendations related to performance max and demand gen, and also the measurement. You can particularly choose the segment that you would like to check for the opportunities if there are any under each segmentation. And also always keep in mind that the real time signals that helps you to optimize your campaigns effectively through these recommendations page. And now measure the impact of recommendations through the experimentation before implementation. So, the most effective way to leverage optimization is through a test and learn approach. That's where Google introduced this experimentation tool. While the optimization score tool provides the recommendations with the customized segment suggestions to improve your campaign's performance, wherein the experimentation tool allows you to actually test if those proposed changes will help you to achieve your specific marketing goals or not. This particular strategic approach enables you to analyze which best practices truly work for your campaign. For instance, if the OptiScore recommends add more broad match keywords to your campaign, or add more headlines, or adjust your descriptions for your responsive search ad camp ads, you can use this one click recommendation experiment feature to run a test and observe its impact before fully implementing that recommendation in your live campaigns. And it is also advisable and recommendable for the advertisers to allow the system at least 7 to 14 days of learning period after your campaign launch time to understand, analyze user behavior, and provide you with the most relevant recommendations. And currently, this experimentation tool is available only for few things that are broad match keywords and target ROAS recommendations. If you would like to test these two particular things, you can always do use this experimentation tool, whether these things, the suggested things, are working well for your marketing objective or not. Now, in this session, we will be discussing about some of the frequently asked questions by the advertisers and the agencies, and we have heard a lot about these two questions, especially. So let's get on to the first question. It's a first myth. Once I dismiss a recommendation and it is gone forever. This is a hypothesis that advertisers have, is that once a recommendation is dismissed, it vanishes from the recommendations page forever. But it is wrong. When you dismiss a recommendation, it gets to add to the dismissal chip. That's what you see on the screen, right? You can always visit this section and review the recommendations that you have dismissed. And also we have a mechanism where, based on the custom logic, we will repopulate these recommendations after 28-day period, which means 4 weeks. If the opportunity still exists in your account, we will show the same recommendation after 28 days. And if you feel that this particular recommendation is not suitable for your campaign or business goal that you set for your campaign, you can always leave the feedback, which is where our next myth is. And the other myth is that the feedback providing during the dismissing the recommendation, which is meaningless. Again, it is not correct. We really pay attention to all the feedback that you provide through your recommendation, and we get and use it to make things better. And we are always trying to figure out what's helping agencies and advertisers and what we can improve. That way, marketers like you can use this feature even more better and effectively to make your campaigns perform better, So please do share your thoughts by using this feedback section if something is irrelevant and not suitable for your campaign needs, right? And with this, I am so sorry, but I couldn't see that my screen was presented. But I hope my explanation was clear to you guys. So with this, we are done discussing about OptiScore part. Please let me know if you have any questions still, and I'm happy to help. Which is now I'm handing over the session to Vinay for second half of the session, which is about auto apply recommendation. And over to you, Vinay.
Hey Vasanti, thank you so much. I guess there's some technical issue
Yes.
while the users are not
So
able to.
sorry, audience. This is my bad. I think some issue was there with my screen sharing. But please leave any questions that you have. I'm happy to help with the questions part. Thank you so much for understanding.
Great. With that being said, quickly wanted to check if you can see my screen here. Saga, anyone who is probably viewing, I hope my screen is visible. So, uh, hope the presentation that you see is you can see my presentation here. Great. So, speaking of that, uh, thank you, Vasanti, for taking us through uh, the important topics about the optimization score and how it works. And let us now talk about the auto apply recommendations. Now, why auto apply recommendations happens to be uh, we've learned about the optimization score, that it is important, that it is it is strategically designed and personalized in a particular account, and it is not just a recommendation, but it has been tailored, understood by what are the let's say the inputs that you've added in the earlier past, and according to that, according to how audiences have uh, reacted to your particular set of keywords or audiences that you're using, and the budget and the bidding that you're using based on the goal that you have. That's how the recommendations are always shared. And at the same time, now that we have understood about how recommendations are suggested to your account, let's now talk about the auto apply recommendations and how why it is a crucial part in easing your day-to-day business life. Great. Now, the first and foremost thing, as we speak here, it is important to understand that on a daily basis, when we are spending a lot of time on strategizing a particular account, imagine if you're into Google Ads for a while now. Let's go back 5 to 10 years and understand what are the how much amount of uh, time and investment that you have made to just to understand if this the best practices have been followed on a particular campaign, right? Starting from right from uh, selecting your audience, right from selecting your set of keywords, then we are going towards uh, having the best headline set for your ad, and at the same time making sure that the headlines are also matching the keywords, and we uh, also speak about negative keywords. There are a lot of multiple things that has to go in mind to make sure just the best practices are being followed. Now, with respect to the auto apply recommendations part, this is something which is now being taken care by the AI as we speak, that these recommendations are something which are automatically applied on your campaign, and which gives you as an agency, or which gives you an advertiser a lot of time to focus on the complex and strategic initiatives, like expanding your reach to a particular new audience, researching on that part of front where and there, how you can grow your business, how you can uh, take your business to the next level, and create more demand. And why exactly auto apply recommendations is important, let's also talk about the capturing the existing brand. We all know that audience, the users, how they are searching, how they are behaving is changing from time to time. And in the real time, it is very hard for us to capture that kind of audience who are already in a stage where they are changing here in this, and this demand is something hard to capture. With auto apply it becomes easy, so that AI is also assisting you in towards optimizing towards your goal. Let's say if your goal is towards conversions, conversion value, based on how exactly the users are reacting and how the market is going, auto apply recommendations becomes a crucial aspect in capturing this audience versus having the manual setup in place. And talking about the growth opportunities that you get, as I speak, we know that the how to improve your overall returns is something which we all eye for. Spending on advertisement is one thing, and making more returns and driving sales and increasing leads is something we all crave for, right? And this is something with auto apply recommendations, using as I've mentioned, where you're able to spend your time wisely, capture the existing demand, and at the same time drive more growth opportunities, having the auto apply features with your Google ads enabled. Now, let's talk about what can automatically apply recommendations do for your agency and what is in for agency here. Uh, so, first and foremost thing, we know when we're talking about agency, we are talking about hundreds of accounts here which are being managed at the same time. And uh, following as I've gone by, I told you about how recommendations, following the just the best practices is something which take consumes a lot of time and energy in terms of understanding if the campaign has been set right, if the creatives are in the best place, if your text are in the headlines, descriptions, your images are being aligned in the same, and your bidding, your budget is aligned in the same particular way, and at the same time targeting as well is it, which becomes crucial. So here the auto apply recommendations, which enables you to follow the best practices, and this feature, just by applying your auto recommendations for your particular agency, what you do is you have the best practices already been taken care by AI, and which is personalized best practices for your account based on the goal that you have. And this will enable you to this will create more opportunities for you to connect with potential customers, because we have already the best recommendations which are as per the market trends which are going at the moment. And because you already have the best practices which are already been taken care of, now it is important that it is how it is improving your performance, right? As I've mentioned, this feature take considers performance history, your previous data into consideration, how you have the inputs that you have given to the system. As in, when I speak about the system here, I'm talking about your goal inputs that you have already suggested to the captain, the system, while you're creating this campaign. Let's say your goal is conversions, how system is optimizing your system has reading your conversions based on the historical data that you've provided. And uh, and see what is missing in this particular point of time. Let's say there are 10 accounts which are missing up, there is a scope of improvement here. And based on the historical data, hey, look, if you have a remarketing setup for this XYZ campaign, there are scope of improvements. That's how system is able to analyze and guide you towards best practices, and at the same time help you improve the performance as well. And as I've mentioned earlier, that it also assists you as account managers to spend less time on the manual takes, and uh, which gives you more time for you to strategize and engage with more the clients, and uh, engage with the clients to understand how this probably create more reports and understand where exactly more where you can expand your reach on. So with auto apply recommendations, when you're auto applying these particular recommendations, there's a set of recommendations which are auto applied here. You know that it is taking care of your best practices, improving performance, and at the same time boosting the efficiency at the same time. So all in all, it works great when you have auto apply recommendations on for your agency as well. Now, which brings us to the most crucial part here: why agencies should care about AI in the first place, right? First of all, as we know that the world is moving towards AI, and with AI, there are a lot of uh, uh, betterments that are coming towards in terms of digital marketing as well, right? AI can drive better performance, as we know that, which is going to help you achieve the goals. And when you're using AI, putting the AI to best of use with with also Google's tons of information which have been gathered and been put to use of, for the agencies again. Here we can see that it is also creating a market perception. Imagine there's a perception in the market, because you're already using AI to optimize the ads, use the best AI recommendations that have been suggested by the system. It is giving the market perception, also building the market perception for an agency, that it is AI enabled. It is using AI for, uh, with the leaders of the agencies, they're using AI with the future expecting, and this is their partners to grow. And with that being said, we are, with AI coming into the picture, we are also prepared for what is coming next, right? uh, AI With AI, as we know, as I've been speaking about the change in the market, as we know, we cannot 100% be sure of the that is going to shift, or if there is a, a real time complex change in the economic environments. That is something AI can predict at well advanced, and at the same time optimize your performance accordingly. So based on that, your recommendations are, as I've mentioned, it is personalized to your particular goal, and you're already better prepared for what's coming next, right? And then we have, because you have done so much of research using the AI, and you have used AI and your own efforts to put in to this campaign develop, optimization and performance. There are higher chances of the clients and satisfaction as well, when you let your client know that you're how you're using AI to for their own, for the betterment of their business, the brand suitability, and increase in the brand shift. Here there are higher chances of client retention as well. And with that, now that you're using AI for your agency, you're using AI for your multiple accounts, which you are managing, there are higher chances of career development, because users, practitioners, we as in use advertisers are getting used to adapting new features and new learnings of AI, and which is also helping us to career development as well, which ensures more employee retention when we are talking about the agencies here in particularly. Great. Now, as we know that there could be more than 120 plus recommendations. This is something which is very important to make a note of. There are there are higher chances that there are more than 120 plus recommendations if your account is new. If it is, there are a lot of opportunities for your account to be optimized, right? In this case, going through all those 120 plus recommendations is a hard fist. And at the same time, if you have multiple accounts that you're managing, it does take a lot of human hours and manual efforts to go through the 120 plus recommendations on multiple accounts, and at the same time see what's best fitting and apply those recommendations, right? I can understand how much efforts that usually goes into uh, when you're presenting when you're going through a lot of uh, manual efforts to just to understand what's best for the use, and by the time you realize that you are, this is something which might work best for my account, and we are already missing out on good 2 to 3 days because we're managing multiple accounts here, right? With auto apply, this is something which eliminates that factor, wherein with auto apply, that system is going to auto apply these kind of recommendations which are more suitable and personalized to your particular account as per your goal. This is going to help you be in the trend, b- be ahead. As I've mentioned earlier, you are already ahead of the market, and you're doing already the best that is available for your account based on the already inputs that you have already shared here. And it is also important to it is also at the same time important to understand what I can automate and how to choose what to automate, right? We have understood that with auto apply, these recommendations are going to be auto applied. It is going to save you a lot of time, right? But it is also important to understand what can I automate, right, for your best practices as such. Now, here you can find an overview of the as I've mentioned, broad range of recommendations that the optimization score covers across bids, budgets, ads, extensions, keyword targeting, repairs, and automated campaigns. Optimization score helps improve profitability by driving growth. As I've mentioned, it is focused on the growth, that is focused on it, and it is also focused on efficiency, and with ongoing maintenance, with ongoing trend that is in the market. It analyzes how your campaigns have been performing, and at the same time what are the scope of improvements as well. So this is detailed breakdown of the recommendations that are most aligned with your business goals. This is meant to be used at a reference, but it is crucial that you continue to revisit the list and ensure that you're capturing the full potential of your uh, Google Ads, and maximize every dollar, advertising dollar, that you have been spending on Google Ads, and by pairing manual and auto apply recommendations. So as we speak of multiple, as we have been speaking about a lot of auto apply goals, and at the same time, as we know that this is going to help you channelize, and at the same time see what is the shift in the market. For example, there is a budget. You I'm giving an example that, let's say, there is a recommendation that it says, hey, look, you've been using $100 per day budget, and there are chances that it could you can go beyond and increase this budget to capture more traffic. These budgets recommendations or bid recommendations are usually given when there are you're missing out on the traffic. Let's say if there are 100 people searching for your ads and you're missing out on 5 to 10% of this traffic, that's when we AI systems and algorithm will understand that, hey, look, there is a scope of improvement for this particular advertiser, and that's when the recommendations are sent to you for to ensure that you're not missing out on that 5 to 10% of the traffic. Great. Now let's talk about how you can, auto apply, how auto apply basically balances the growth, efficiency, and repair, as I've mentioned earlier. So here you can find an overview of, as I've mentioned, with with auto apply here, we are talking about how you can, which part of auto apply that you can focus on. There are two parts essentially. Whenever you are looking at the when you go to the auto apply screen on the right hand side, you click on the as you can see here. Let me show you. Let me just go back. As you can see here in the auto apply, when you click on the auto apply, there are higher chances that you will see these two types of recommendations, which is more focused towards your maintaining your ads, right? And there is auto apply recommendations which are focused on the growth as well, which are specifically aligned towards driving growth. Now here, when we are talking about maintaining your ads, we are talking about removing non-serving keywords, right? Let's say you have uh, 15 to 20 keywords in your ad group or more, and which we know that having more keywords also tend to push you towards understanding if there are more keywords there, the budget also has to be on the higher end to accommodate these all the keywords that you've added in your campaign, right, in the ad groups. Now it is also so when you are selecting maintain your ads feature, wherein here we are more focused on removing the keywords which are not serving, which are not really serving, right, and at the same time removing the conflicting negative keywords which are stopping your ads from being served. You have the same keyword in your ad group and at the same time in your negative keyword, which is called creating a conflict and not really letting that keyword serve your ads. And we have keyword duplicating and optimize ad rotation and so on, which, as I've mentioned, it focuses on the hygiene that drive efficiency. On the other hand, on the right hand of the screen, as you can see, it is when it is in the stage where you're trying to optimize towards your targets and improve the results for your business, wherein you're more focused on the conversion part of or conversion value here in this case. That's where you see you have target CPA opt-in and you have target ROS, return on ad spend, your target impression share, maximize conversions, and wherein these are the strategics, Rex, that which will help you drive the growth. So you'll have to understand uh, what exactly we are expecting from the auto apply recommendation, so you're also in the control wherein you're maintaining your ads, where you want to maintain the hygiene of your particular account, and at the same time, if once that is taken care of, you can probably start shifting towards the strategic and the you can start shifting towards the growth part here. Great. So now, with so much, when we talk about maintaining your ads, these recommendations, as I've mentioned, drive efficiency for your campaign and account management. It will help you save time, as because as we know, the best practice is to have the best. Uh, when I'm talking about the best practices, I'm talking about ensuring that your RSAs, for example, have the best ad strength here, which is from good to excellent, as what is always recommended, right? Where you're if it is not good or excellent, where auto apply recommendations is something which is helping you to quick shift and manage your headlines, descriptions, or let's just say if there is also a place wherein there are a lot of creatives that has to be managed, auto apply can save a lot of time for you to uh, uh, you know create those headlines, descriptions, and different creatives for you, and at the same time help you focus on complex and strategist initiative that you can take up on the account, and at the same time pitch it to your client as well. And from once we have a lot of time saved, we can also focus on the best practices adoption here, streamlining the adoption of as we know that uh, Google has best practices across account by adapting into fundamental recommendations, right? And with that, we also can see the impact of what is the impact that has been created when once we have the recommendations, auto apply recommendations being turned on and it is taking care of the ads. We see that the fundamentals, when the fundamentals are taken care of, like for example, which will indirectly or directly lead to better ad quality, improve your search excellence, because again, as we know that ad quality, having a better ad quality again tends to have a higher ad rank, and higher ad rank gives you a lot of search excellence, and also at the same time increases the optimization score of your campaign, which is gives you the more visibility across Google. Great. Now, once that is where we are focused towards, here earlier we were focusing on the maintaining your ads and speaking about hygiene and reaching the efficiency. And now let's talk about how how we can use the strategic recs, or the how we can use the autopilot recommendations to growth opportunities and targeting, to improve your ads to get better results in terms of your conversions and conversion value. So, as we know that with respect to, when we are talking about auto apply recommendations, which is now in the stage where we are focusing on goals, we are focused on profitability, right? Here with auto apply recommendations, with the goal that you have set for your campaign, it identifies the incremental opportunities for which will help you get more conversions at a lower cost, right, at incremental cost at the same time, and capture the opportunity effectively. uh, when I'm saying, yeah, capturing the opportunity effectively with auto apply recommendations, here also I'm talking about the smart bidding as well, because with smart bidding you're enabling the campaign to use the auto apply best, to the fullest uh, potential. And with smart bidding strategies, with respect to your maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, target CPA, target ROS, here we are more inclined towards uh, having more input, more conversion data, and at the same time helping you achieve the shift in the trend, and at the same time helping you drive more conversions or conversion value for your business. And that is all possible when you're using smart bidding strategies, and at the same time coverage. You're also, it is also important that when you're using smart bidding strategies, you're also covering the entire set of audience or users who are probably looking for your ad or having a chance to create that conversion. And in this case, the best possible way that you can cover the 100% of your audience is by going with a match of broad match, and at the same time going with the match, with a combination of broad match and smart bidding strategy. Now let's talk about impact, right? You will, now since we are focused on profitability, we are capturing the opportunity effectively. Let's talk about impact, how the auto apply recommendations will ensure you're quickly reacting to the change. As I've mentioned, there is always a shift in how the users are searching. As we know that we as per our analysis, it is said that there is always a change in how a user might search for a particular query on a different time. So for example, if you're searching for a, there is a user who is searching for a product using a specific term, there are higher chances that the same user might use a different terminology or term when searching for the same product for another time, right? So in this case, the impact, as I've mentioned, it adapts quickly to the auction which is happening, and it is to capture these audiences. It is also important to for you to have the combination, as I've mentioned, broad match and your smart bidding strategies here. With that, let's talk about what recommendations should you be having, or should I be having, when if you are focused on the lead generation for your business, right? When you focus on the lead generation here, there are higher chances that every lead generation that is happening at your account might or might not uh, bring different values to your business. Every lead generation in a particular form being filled, there are higher chances that if it might not bring a value, or if it is adding a value, it also at the same time is adding a same value every time you're getting a lead here, right? So uh, with with respect to that, it is important to keep your campaigns and account up to date with the best practices. As I've mentioned, how the we have already seen in the past how the best practices when you're going with auto apply recommendations, how it helps you to remove no traffic keywords and conflicting negative keywords, and at the same time, uh, here, and at the same time when you're driving towards growth here, how once there is the best practices have been set in the right place, how you can shift towards growth aspect of your business with respect to uh, how auto apply recommendations will suggest you to use maximize conversions, and probably if you have a target CPA, then you can align your target CPA. And if you have a display campaign with display, uh, let's say you have a search campaign where you want to expand the reach to the display network as well, where we are enhancing our expansion to display, and it is going accordingly. So it is important, as I've mentioned earlier, that your primary label, when you're focused on lead generation, it is highly recommended that you using offline conversion tracking and at the same time offline conversion reporting to assess the right value for your conversions here. As all, you can assign higher values to the conversions that consider which you feel are the closer or a closed deal. Now, with that, let's now talk about what are the recommendations that you should be uh, focusing on when you're using auto apply and your focus is more towards online or offline sales business, right? As I've mentioned, check that your conversion actions are set up properly. It is important that your conversion actions are set up properly. You can go tools and settings, all conversions, and ensure that the conversion is set to primary, so that the campaigns only when the conversion action is set to primary, that's when the campaigns will be able to put that conversion action to use and get more insights and accordingly optimize your results. So if your data that you're sharing with the algorithm here, if that data is incorrect, there are higher chances that the recommendations which you are getting might be affected by this, right? Because here, if you are saying that there are only 10 users who are making a conversion from your ad, but in actual there are actually 40 to 50 people who are making a conversion, this will affect how recommendations are working for your account, and accordingly the growth, as again it is impacting your growth. So ensure that your conversions are set right. And at the same time, as we know, with respect to the online, when we are focused on towards uh, auto apply recommendations, shift from maintaining your ads. Once it is taken care of, then you can drive towards the growth, where when we are focused on uh, maximizing your conversions, you can opt in for that, and you can opt in for the maximized conversion value. And accordingly, as I've mentioned, the best combination for using the broad match and the smart bidding strategies here. Great. Now let's understand how you can identify the strategic recommendations that are best for you. Right? We have learned about how we can how to understand what to automate and when to automate, and now let's talk about how to identify the strategic recommendations that are best for you. Right? Great. So, as I've mentioned earlier, there are crucial aspects towards the smart bidding recommendations and keyword and coverage recommendations. The first, let's talk about the smart bidding recommendations here, where we are talking about how auto reply recommendations are going to ensure the campaign is most optimal, using the most optimal bidding strategy based up on the performance and impact that you have in the market. Here I say that because, as I've mentioned earlier, that uh, how your particular campaign, or how your campaign has been performing throughout the time, throughout the overall period, the recommendations will be based on that. How more what more can be achieved, what more can your campaign do to have more goals, and at the same time focus on more conversions and more conversion value. Because there are always a chance of improvement, as we know. There are always a chance of capturing the higher audiences, which are untapped audiences, which are basically the users the users that we are missing out on, right? And at the same time, you will be you will be driving overall strategy when you're using the auto apply recommendations. As I've mentioned, it is a combination with respect to your manual plus auto apply recommendations, which once you have applied your smart betting recommendation set, there are higher chances that it will react quicker to the auction that has already been happening in the stage where, yes, it does have a learning period, but the chances of it getting into the getting quickly adapting to the auction increases by uh, more effective percentages when we are when we are opting in for the smart betting recommendations. And with that being said, the keyword recommendations, as I've mentioned, the combination that I've been mentioning a lot about lately, that broad match, adding new keywords. Here we are eliminating the part where we are, with broad match and adding new keyword service. uh, Imagine, as I've mentioned, the users are searching differently for a particular product every time they're searching for a product or service, right? Here with broad match, it also helps you capture the existing users, and at the same time the new trends. It is also suggesting you new keywords which are where there are high chances that the users might use a particular set of keywords, where you're not missing out on the that point of traffic as well. So, and with that being said, these are again backed by simulations that which are predicted using AI, and which will help you get more conversion at a similar or a better cost that you have. Great. Now it is important that, and we have to ensure that the account is always on the best bidding strategy to move up the ladder, not down, right? It is hence it is important that you leverage your auto apply smart bidding opt-in, so that it there are here in this, when you're doing that, you're focusing on the performance optimization, where it is helping you to drive more performance in terms of conversions, and at the same time helping you to achieve the campaign goals that you already set for your campaigns. And it is also helping you to efficiently uplift your positions in the table here, in terms of your competitors, in terms of your how you're driving results in terms for your business or your clients. It is helping you to be on top of your performance optimization and having the best optimization score for your campaign. And as I've mentioned, it is future proofing. In the previous slides, we have talked about how we are ahead of the curve, how auto apply recommendations will help you to be ahead of the curve in terms of applying this auto recommendations. It will help you ladder on rather than ladder down here, in terms of right, in terms of when you're talking about how these particular recommendations are going to help you enhance your performance, and at the same time how these smart bidding strategies are going to capture the shift in the market, and at the same time understand how users are reacting. That is very much less likely to be possible when we are using manual bidding strategy or any other strategy for that matter, because there is we are not able to capture that shift in the audience, or we are not able to understand which particular audience might have a higher chance of converting that click into conversion, or converting the click into the goal that we have for the campaign, right? And as I've mentioned, not opting for the into smart bidding, when you may miss out on the you might miss out on the competitive advantages, which, as I've mentioned, that if you're not shifting towards the change, or you're not able to capture that change in the audience, or understand where your ads might be eligible for a conversion, and you're not showing your ads there elsewhere, you're trying to show your ads on every search, and at the same time here you're missing out on the competitive advantage here. So it is important that smart bidding opt-in is always enabled, so that your performance, you're optimizing your performance well, you're future proofing, and at the same time you're having that competitive edge in the market. Great. Now, apart from the previous points, the points that we've discussed, as I've mentioned, real-time responses. Let's also talk about uh, how auto apply smart bidding target adjustments are recommended uh, to your particular campaign or account. Here real time responses, because it is important, it is as much as we try to keep an eye on the market and see what is best trending and see how the market is moving towards different sizes and the products and services. It is hard to ensure that we are reacting at the same time in the same real time responses are something. Understanding and responding is something, two different aspects, right? So with smart bidding you're able to not only give the campaign time to understand to the shift in the market, but at the same time you're also able to help the campaign respond to this uh, change, or at the same time how the users are behaving to in terms of the market here, in terms of the searches, in terms of the behavior as well. Now when we're talking about that, how we spoke about how the smart bidding is future focused, right, where it is always forward looking stimulations, and it is also always inclined towards increasing the volume of your sales or enhance your conversions or the conversion value through bidding more competitively for in your auctions. Great. Now, as we speak, let's understand why add broad match keywords or add new keywords automatically, right? As I've mentioned earlier, real time responses, how it is important to respond to the uh, traffic real time, and at the same time change that is happening in the user queries. This might be relevant, which might be relevant to your business. And if we are restricted towards phrase match and exact match, which where we are limiting our audience here to a certain set of users, right? But as I've mentioned, there are change in the user queries which we are missing out on. That is something, the traffic that we are missing out on. So that is something which will when you're adding broad match or you're adding new keywords, this will help you capture those audiences as well. Now broad match plus smart bidding, how broad match improve how the improvements allows you to focus on the high performance metric performing queries. Like using the broad match, you will know that what exactly is working well for your business, and at the same time what are the users searching for, right? And this will help you understand what are the high performing queries for your business, what are the specific keywords that the users are finding mostly your business on. So, and as a maintain, no more need to manage millions of variations. So uh, with respect to, if I'm taking an example, if I have to search for broadmark keywords, there are different variations where I can search over. Let's say I can search for how to add a broad match keyword, what are the best advantages of broad match keywords, every particular broad match keywords. If I want to learn about broad match keywords, there are different ways of variations that I can go and search for, and every person thinks differently. With this, when we are adding broad match keywords or we're adding new keywords, we are eliminating the uh, the manual efforts that we have to put in to manage millions of variations that we have for the same keyword, when if using phrase match or exact match for that matter. And uh, as I've mentioned, the recommendations are based on the forward looking. So always there are higher chances when a particular keyword is being suggested to you to add to change it to broad match or a new keyword, that is more likely towards increase the traffic for your campaign, so that you can help and drive more results here. So let's quickly talk about the best practices to get the most out of your auto apply recommendations. Great. So as I've mentioned earlier, you have to make sure that the review you have to make sure that you review your measurement and privacy recommendations. Ensure that your the tags that you have placed on the website, your enhanced conversions are enabled, the consent mode. These recommendations will help you make sure that you have a smooth surface, uh, and the best practices are always in check with respect to your creatives, your campaigns, so that we are more the how the measurement is how the algorithm is going to read the data and accordingly suggest you recommendations, right? So it is very important that your review your recommendations are set right. So your measurement and privacy recommendations are set right, and at the same time, please make sure that the conversion actions that you've created are set up properly. So now that we know the importance of data that you have in your Google Ads account, because as we know that based on these the data or the probably having a particular set of keywords, and that's how you define to the system that, hey, look, this is my business and these are my target audience, right? When you're defining that, you're also giving a data to your system, right? So with respect to conversions, when we're talking about, it is important that you're uh, setting up these conversions right, so that once this conversions are set up properly, that's how the user behavior is tracked properly on when they are going to your website, and based on that accordingly system can give you the best possible optimized results here, or the recommendations for to capture more conversion and conversion volume. And with respect to the branded campaigns, and this is something which is really more important here, uh, make sure that the branding campaigns are always on the target impression share, so that it won't automatically move to a different strategy, right? So if your branded campaigns are using the target impression share, it won't uh, shift your campaign to a different strategy, because it is optimal for the branded campaigns to always use target impression share. So please make sure that is something is always in check. And set your accurate conversions value. It is important to track, reflect what exactly you're getting out of the business, right? Because that's how system is, as I've mentioned, the importance of conversions, setting up conversion properly, it is also part of it, that the values are also aligned accurately. So that's how it will help you reflect your business goals, and it accordingly can set up your priorities. And with all of it, it is also important to set optimal budgets and review budget recommendations. So if you have all of these best practices in place, so you have to give the good chance for the system to use the best budget which is required to reach out to that particular auctions, get the best momentum in the auctions, and get the best placement in the auctions. It is also very important to have the optimal and the realistic budget for your campaigns accordingly. That's how, as I've mentioned, if you're missing out on certain traffic, that's why system shows you a particular recommendations that, hey, look, there are chances that you might if you're increasing the budget, you might capture this set of audiences. So ensure that the budget is optimal, the budget is set right, and giving the enough liberty for the campaign to optimize accordingly. And if your budget is, let's say, I understand that budgeting is always a crucial factor and it comes with a lot of challenges, you can always uh, uh, use the budget where, let's say, there are certain campaigns where you're not using the entire budgets. So you can use shared budgets for the campaigns which are focused more towards giving you better results, and at the same time see what are the keywords that are performing well for you, and for the keywords which are not really performing well, this one, you can always have the alternatives to make sure that you're boosting and giving the particular campaign enough budget, so that you're making the most out of the auto apply recommendations that you have in place. Great. With that being said, uh, these are the takeaways probably that you can talk about. So make sure that you're visiting the recommendations page and your RSA ad assets to review the opportunities that are available for your business, for your campaigns, and apply the recommendations. If you have any questions with respect to your the recommendations that are being pushed to towards your account or the campaign, if you have any questions, you can reach out to your aim. You can if you are still here, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment uh, about or if you have a questions about certain feature, your ad strength, how to improve it, you can also reach out to your account managers as such. And it is also important for you to identify what is not performing as well. So identify your non-performing assets, and also make sure that you're optimizing them for the best results. So there are always a issue particular, let's say if there's something not serving, there's always something that you can do to make sure that it is serving right. uh, Not just serving, but it is importantly serving right. And at the same time, review your optimization score regularly with digital marketing teams, because it is important that you get your campaign reviewed or just the optimization score, see what is missing out on, because as I've mentioned, there is a lot of changes that have been happening in the market. And at the same time, not just that, we there are chances that your campaign might be doing tremendously really good, but at the same time there are chances of improvement as well. So always keep an eye on the optimization score, which will help you get better recommendations and at the same time drive more better results for your campaign. With that being said, thank you so much for attending this session. I hope you have gained a lot of insights towards the OptiStellar, and it was a fruitful session for you. Thank you so much.
I see someone is requesting for a deck. Could you please share us your email address, Sagar, so that we will try to reach out to you, or the respected person will come and reach out to you.
Okay, let's see if that is possible. So yes, thank you, Basanti, for that. Yes, Sagar, definitely you can do that. We can see if that is being possible. Thank you so much. And
If you
so
have any, please
before you
feel.
go, again, this is something which I wanted to give a quick recap. And uh, so we have amazing opportunities, exciting opportunities for you. But since you're here again, the first, since this is something which you already seen, Vasanthi has told you here that we have first, we invite you to attend an upcoming session wherein this is a small bespoke session designed to chat with the PMs from from some of the most influential product and features. This is truly rare opportunities, and we hope you take advantage of this. Next, we all invite we have will invite you to join our communities of product experts. This is a vibrant community of super users who play a critical role in Google ecosystem. And needless not to say, what the amount of insights that you'll be getting here. And lastly, uh, what some of you are most excited about here, the Google Swag. You can engage with us through this live stream over the next hour, ask questions, give product feedback, and not just that, you also get to win prizes here, which who which for the ones who are participating and at the same time who are giving a product feedback. So all the very best. All you have to do is just scan the QR code here, and you should ensure that you're using the right email ID, which is linked with your Google Ads account, so that you are not missing out on much here. Thank you so much. With that, I wish you a great day, and thank you so much for participating. Thank you, Vasanti.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vinay. I hope you got a lot to take away from the session. Thank you so much. If you have any questions still, please ask us, or you can always reach out to us or your account manager to get more details about your doubts and all. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful day.